All right, it says I'm live, but it's going to ask me to reconnect. Third time is typically the charm. Third time is typically the charm. Third time is typically the charm. All right, we should be live on YouTube. How's everyone doing today? Sorry for starting a little bit later than the scheduled time. As always, lots and lots going on. It is very, very windy again. So the windscreen should be doing a good job of canceling out the wind noise. Can you folks hear me clearly and see me clearly? Let me know in the chat. Starting off with 6 in the box, 3 thumbs up. Thank you so much for being here. Mutton Nuts Reviews, okay, take your time. I am here working on cleaning up my list of people I don't watch anymore on YouTube. Yeah, I gotta do that as well. You see, I have different accounts. Like my A Grip on Life main channel is not the channel I watch videos from typically. I watch them from my Coach Eli premium account, YouTube premium account. But, you know, and that way I filter out getting a ton of notifications. So I'm logged into different accounts at different times. It's a good way to manage, you know, your YouTube stuff that you do. And what I do is, you know, if I want to go and chat in somebody's chat, I get the notification on my Coach Eli YouTube premium account, and then I log into my Rip on Life account because, you know, if you're going to chat in someone else's chat, you want to go there under your channel name so that way people know who you are and it gives you a little exposure and all that. So that's my suggestion on how to do it. If you want me to do a stream at some point, Mutton Nuts Reviews, regarding how to manage your time on YouTube or as a YouTuber, let me know. I'd be happy to do it. Mutton Nuts Reviews, yes. Hey, yes. Can see and hear you. Sorry. All right. Good to hear. Good to hear. We're going to wait a little bit more before we get started here. Let's enter the trail. Lots of people out here today. So, and it's a nice day. You know, the part of Redwood City that I live in, it was 78 degrees. But you come over here by the water and it's literally like 10 degrees cooler or 15 degrees cooler. Like it's under 70 here and it's windy. So you gotta kind of bundle up a little bit, even though the sun is out. That's what a lot of people that don't live around a body of water realize, that just because the sun is out doesn't mean it's totally warm. But there are a lot of people out here today, and so I'm gonna probably have to slow down my walk here because people look at you all weird and stuff. You know, they want to come out here and they want to just enjoy nature, and you know, they really don't want somebody to be, you know, talking out loud or anything. And I don't blame them. But then you have those people that walk at an incredibly slow pace, right? Or they walk at the pace that I call the piss-off speed. Like the couple up ahead of me. And like if I walk my normal pace, I'm gonna pass them slowly and it's gonna be an awkward moment for them, and I don't wanna put them in that situation. So you gotta do your best to, you know your surroundings and, you know, do what you got to do at the same time, right? We've got 10 in the box, 4 thumbs up. Thank you so much for being here. Just going to wait a little bit longer for some more people to check on in. So what's going on, Mutton Nuts Reviews? What else is happening with you today? Anyway, Yeah, lots of people out here today. People are learning more so how to cope with and deal with this pandemic, the COVID-19 coronavirus. It's funny, I was watching a stream yesterday regarding someone I used to follow that used to run a second channel called MGTOW's Freedom. This guy's name is Big John, and he lives here in Northern California, nearby where I live. And his MGTOW's Freedom channel was shut down by YouTube a few years back for, violating community guidelines. And he did violate the guidelines, but he was honest about what he was saying. And these people keep looking back. It's like, look, I just want to run my show. Like, what the hell? Hey, Queen Helen Casey, how are you? What's going on? I think what I'm going to do is once I pass all these people, I'm just going to run past these people. It's one of those days, it's a Sunday, people are out here with their kids, and they're not really out here to get exercise, they're just out here to just hang out, right? And so the people that usually use the trail have to go around these people, and it's just, people are looking at this as a fun thing to do, which I guess it can be, but what's more important is the exercise. So it's like you gotta just move past them. Anyway, I'm going to just run right past these people when I get a moment here, because it's very distracting. All right. Now we can let the couple behind me now that was in front of me put their arms around each other and make out and walk at a turtle's pace on this trail, and I can do my thing. Don't get me wrong, I've had girlfriends before and done walks like that, so I get it. But anyway, all right, 13 in the box, 5 thumbs up. It's very, very windy, folks. Can you still hear me clearly and see me clearly? We're going to get started here in just a few with the topic. It's a very interesting topic, a very important topic for everyone out there to understand that actually wants to accomplish something in life and get somewhere. This topic pertains to anyone and everyone. Staying focused. And I'm going to also continue part 2 of this topic about an hour and a half to 2 hours after this stream ends from the studio. I'm going to be reading a couple of very well written blog postings. One of them from a site I really love called Psychology Today. I love that site. A lot of great contributors on that site that make a lot of sense. And I'm very fascinated with psychology. I'm not a psychologist. I don't have a psychology degree, but I just love psychology. You don't have to have a degree to love psychology. I love studying the human mind. And that's what psychology is all about. Human behavior, the human mind, all of that type of stuff, right? And if I was any younger, I'd probably go back to college and get a psychology degree. Because then I would be able to offer even more than I already offer on this channel to help people. I'd be able to more so do a diagnosis on people, not just state an opinion, right? But I am very fascinated by psychology. So coming up later tonight, at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, live from my studio. We're going to be doing part 2 of this. And also to any moderators out there, or anyone else that is a real person that I know is not going to be a troll, if you want to join us live on the air tonight on the Hangout panel, just show up and we'll bring you on. Some of the best shows that I've done are with a panel of people where you can talk about these things and get their opinions and go back and forth. And that's what I want to more so continue doing on my channel, is bringing on a panel of people and hear their thoughts, their opinions, their spin on things. I'm always open to everyone's opinion or opinions on things. The only thing I don't like it is if people try to project their opinions onto me. That's an insecurity. We all know that. I don't have to talk about insecurities today because we all know that's why people project. They project because they're insecure. That's the bottom line. They're doing more and more work on this trail here. I honestly believe this is going to be a new extension of the SF Bay Trail. I think that this trail is going to be what continues the SF Bay Trail. And I think they're going to divert people off of that trail off of 101. They might end up closing that, who knows. What they may end up doing over there, I think what they're going to end up doing over there is adding another lane. So they're in progress of building this trail. That's what I'm guessing. There really is going to be no need to have another trail literally less than a quarter mile away from the trail that I walk along the freeway, which is nearby here, when there's going to be a new trail that goes to the same area, but a little bit further away from the freeway. So we'll see what happens. I'll keep you posted. But yeah, they're doing construction on it right there. You can see. My wires keep getting crossed here. Sorry about that. There we go. Now we're good. All right. Give me just 1 second. All right, we've got 13 in the box, 5 thumbs up. Thank you so much for being here. I am doing research stuff as usual. That's great, Queen. Mutton says not much, just working on YouTube stuff and planning out how I am going to move my office around. Yeah, and make more space to produce your videos and do your live streams. Eventually I will do, more than likely it's gonna have to be a pre-recorded video, but I'll do probably a live on top of that as well to answer questions regarding green screens and how important it is to get your lighting right and how important it is to have the right camera. Because what a lot of people don't understand is that the most important part of a green screen is having independent lighting on the green screen and having enough lighting to spread across the green screen evenly. And then it also depends on the type of camera you use and how big the sensor is. Smartphones have a very small sensor, so you need a lot more light to, compensate for having a small sensor. The cameras that have the largest sensors are DSLR cameras. Okay, the DSLRs are what a lot of vloggers use. You can take, high quality stills with them and do high quality video. They have the largest sensors on them, and basically they do a lot better in low light situations. Then what I use is a camcorder. Camcorders are right in the middle. They don't have an extremely small sensor, but they don't have as big of a sensor as a DSLR. I use a camcorder in my home studio with lots of great lighting. So I will do a video on green screening down the road as part of my my YouTube certified series, because that's where people are going to more than likely use their green screen, is on YouTube, either for pre-recorded videos or live streams. Also, distance from the subject, which is you or anyone that you're trying to green screen out, you're trying to key out. There needs to be a decent amount of distance between you and the green screen behind you, because if not, you will have green bleed over reflecting off of your skin. Typically, you want to have at least 2 to 3 feet of distance between you and the green screen. So if you're going to do green screening properly, there are many things that you need to take into consideration. Anyway, we got 16 in the box, 6 thumbs up. Let's just get right to it. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, the Walking with Purpose live edition. Live from the SF Bay Trail in beautiful Redwood City, California, where I live. This is episode number 82. And today we're going to be talking about staying focused. Staying focused. Is what's going to keep you on track and allow you to accomplish whatever it is that your heart desires. Now, I talked about staying focused a few weeks ago. I did a live stream on it, but today I'm going to get into more detail. That's why I'm doing 2 streams on it. I really want to drive this one home. I really want to pound this into each and every one of your heads. That's the most important, one of the most important things to reaching success is staying focused and not letting anyone get in the way of your success. That even includes your friends and family. That may even include your husband or wife, girlfriend or boyfriend. Because part of staying focused means that you're basically focusing on yourself and making something out of yourself, which has nothing to do with anyone or anything else besides yourself. Now, it's not a selfish thing. Doesn't mean you're a selfish person to stay focused, to be able to accomplish whatever your heart desires. The number one reason, or the absolute biggest reason that attracts women to men is a man's purpose, right? Women are attracted to your purpose. What makes you who you are? What makes you the type of man that you are? And maybe nowadays in the modern world, because women are working, they have a purpose too. I'm not saying they didn't have a purpose in the past, but their purpose was different. Their purpose was being the homemaker. Now, they're working. So now women have a different purpose. This is interesting. Look at, since the last time I was here, which wasn't that long ago, look, got a lot of growth on the side of the trail. That's pretty awesome. And I'm looking at that other trail over there that is being built right alongside this. That's got to be the New Bay Trail. I love seeing things under construction. I love seeing these under construction because, like I did a stream on last night, men love to fix things. Men are fixers. We love to fix things. We love to build things, right? Grass is growing fast, says Queen Helen Casey. Yes. Muttonus Review says, I'm taking a few days off from going live. Need to take some time for me and recharge myself. Well, sometimes you have to do that. I've done that before myself. Typically, I do that when I'm overwhelmed with some, with an incredible amount of serious things coming at me all at once. And when that happens, I step away for a day or two to handle those things, catch up on some rest, and then come back. So yeah, that's perfectly fine. But getting back to the topic here, staying focused entails you staying focused on you and only you to accomplish whatever you want to accomplish. Again, that doesn't mean you're selfish, and that doesn't mean you go out there and you try to make it all about you in front of other people. For example, I have moderators here on this channel. I love them all. They're respectful to me, I'm respectful to them. And I'm very considerate of their wants and needs. But their wants and needs are independent of my purpose. And their purpose is independent of my wants and needs, right? So how do we get along? We're just good people. And we're here to learn about each other's purposes and grow together and build each other's purposes up together. But we all come into this game, into this playing field as an individual with an individual purpose. Does that make sense? Let me know if you understand what I'm talking about. Now, I'll share a few things that I've talked about in the past. Primarily my experiences out here on YouTube for the past 3 years, where I came out here with a purpose to help people get a better grip on their lives, to help people with their business and personal relationship aspects, right? I knew what my purpose was, and I still know what it is, but I lost focus. I lost focus because I didn't understand how the YouTube game worked. And I fed into a lot of BS and drama for a long time. I lost focus of my purpose. And that set me back. And just because I have 4.1K subs today, and it seems like I've gotten somewhere on this channel, had I stayed focused the entire time, I would have been a lot further. I may have been at 100K subs right now. Never, ever, ever lose focus of your purpose. And if somebody tries to come into your life, whether it's on YouTube or off of YouTube or anywhere else, and tries to distract you or take you away from your purpose, you've got to eliminate those people. Now, if it's family, you got to tell your family, look, I love you, but this is what I want to do. And if you don't like it, I'm sorry. This is what makes me happy. Don't you want to see me happy? You're not going to get rid of family because they're family. But your family is going to be the hardest on you because they care about you and love you the most. And a lot of times they don't understand how much work and how much failure it takes going through to become successful, right? Now, I'm not sitting here and saying what I did the past 3 years was a failure or was a waste of time. I mean, I can come out and say, yeah, you know what? I failed at YouTube for the last 3 years. That's how it may appear to some people. The way I look at it is this. It was a learning experience. I learned a lot of things that I would have never known had I not gone through what I went through. I learned how to deal with trolls. I learned what their purpose is. And I also learned how to move past them and ignore them, focus on my own purpose, and move forward and move past them at some point. That's what I want to help you folks with. Help you stay focused on what you are truly passionate about and want to accomplish. Now, the trail, they've made some progress. Please keep off construction access road. It is not to be used as biking, walking trail. Please use pedestrian trail for your safety. Well, it's probably going to eventually be the new trail. They just don't want you going on it yet. But it looks like a beautiful trail they're creating there. It looks amazing. I cannot wait to walk that and do a live stream from it. Absolutely. Now, part of staying focused, again, like I said, is just ignoring people, or learning to turn the cheek, or learning to bite your tongue or your lip, right? Many times we want to react to people that are coming at us, especially out here on YouTube, right? And I've been talking a lot about this lately. I'll talk about it again. Regardless whether your reaction is warranted or not, if a group of people are coming at you and they're just trying to use you for lulz or entertainment purposes, or the laughing stock of their audience, any type of response you make towards them is feeding into it and giving them what they want. So you've got to understand that and realize that no matter how much you want to respond to them and rip their fucking head off, you've got to ignore them. Ignoring them is the only way to not give them what they want. And like I've said before, even when you ignore these people, they continue to talk about you, and they will continue to talk about you for a while, trying to get you back into the game. This continues to happen to me in my situation. But rather than feed into it, I ignore it. I go on with my days, and I do me, and I focus on me. I focus on myself and the people that are like-minded, that want to be a part of this channel and want to grow along with me on and off of YouTube. I think I mentioned this the other day. I'm going to mention it again. I think I'm going to start a series called On and Off of YouTube. Life as we know it on and off of YouTube, or something like that. I'd love to start a series like that. And I'll tell you what, I would love to have one co-host run the show with me. And not trying to be discriminatory towards men, but I would love to have a female co-host run the show with me. Now, I have a few people in mind that would be a great fit for this show, but I'm not going to mention any of their names right now. Just know I'm looking for a female to do this show, and we would end up doing this show either once per week or bi-weekly, once every few weeks. Queen Helen, Casey, my family don't bother with me. That's good. Mutton reviews, my family don't bug me about YouTube. Well, that's good. Well, mine kind of used to, but I talked with them. This was like years ago. when I first started getting trolled. Okay, sorry folks, I had to check something out for a second. So yeah, like I said, I'm looking for a female co-host that wants to do this show. And we can start this show as soon as possible. Like for me, it doesn't take me a long time to create a show. All I have to do is create a thumbnail. I already know what to talk about. And the person, or the people that would be working with me, or whoever the woman may end up being, will be a good choice because they know how to do live streams and shows of this nature. Yeah, I gotta tell you, I cannot believe how fast the grass grew out here. Like literally, I was out here a few weeks ago, maybe last week, and I was watching the geese, and all of a sudden it's green. Like it grew really fast. Now I'm gonna move off to the side because there's some people coming. I'm gonna head up to the observation deck. We got a lot of people with the COVID masks on. I don't have one on. I mean, it's all good. Give me a second, I'm passing by some people. All right, we got 11 in the box, 7 thumbs up. Thank you so much for being here. I'm just gonna come over here for a second and show you folks another perspective outside of the observation deck, like a ground level view. You'll be able to see the area. How's the audio coming through, Queen and Muttnuts? Is it pretty clear? It is quite windy. I just want to make sure reception is good. Quality is as best as possible for mobile. All right, let's start walking back. Hear you good, okay. Wow, whew, that's a big gust, man. Wow, that's a big gust. So yeah, if anyone is interested, if any ladies interested in co-hosting a show that I will probably end up calling Life as We Know It on and off of YouTube, I'd love to start that as soon as possible. I think it would be a great show and a great series to truly cater it primarily to the YouTube audience or YouTubers, or even, you know, content consumers of YouTube, because it will also cater to their lives outside of YouTube. We're going to be doing a lot of comparisons involving how people behave on YouTube and off of YouTube. And are most people on YouTube the same off of YouTube, or are they different? And that's what's going to make this series very interesting. Muttnuts Review says sounds good. All right, give me just a second here. That couple that was that I passed earlier by running just hit this section of the trail. So anyway, like I was saying, But the topic, let's go back to that. Staying focused is important. And another critical thing to stay away from so you can stay focused. I keep saying this, but I'll keep saying it time and time again. Stay away from drama. Because if you're gonna be a part of drama, like the quickest way to get attention in this world, on and off of YouTube, is being a drama king or a drama queen. That is the quickest way to get anyone's attention. Now, while that is the quickest way to get anyone's attention, it's short-lived. Because once the drama is done, you know, all eyes won't be on you anymore. If you want to create something long-term and sustainable, you got to build it slowly but surely. And you could totally tell with my numbers right now, which I'm happy with. I've got 15 people here right now. I don't have 40 or 60 people. You know why? Because I'm not talking about drama. I'm not a drama king or a drama queen. I don't want to be. That's not my purpose. If you want to be successful in life, it is essential that you stay focused on what you want to accomplish and don't get distracted by drama. Drama surrounds all of us on and off of YouTube all the time. And there are people out there that run successful drama channels and make money running drama channels, but even that is short-lived. It's short-lived by how long is the audience that's making that drama channel sustainable going to stick around? Well, it all depends on how the creator of those channels or the creators of those channels run those channels. And if they keep playing out the same thing over and over again, it gets old, right? But it's not sustainable long term, and quite frankly, it's nothing to be proud of and nothing that you can take to the grave with you, right? Because when you leave this planet, when you leave the world, and you go into a better place, which is what I know to be heaven, because I believe in God, you want to leave a legacy, right? Now, those people out there that run drama channels and are drama kings and queens, what kind of legacy are they going to leave behind? Or do they even care about leaving a legacy? Maybe some of them don't, because some of them are very narcissistic, sociopathic, and even some of them could be psychopathic. I want to leave a legacy behind. I want people to remember me for being a good person that helps people. That's what I want to be remembered for. So if I were to just focus on being a drama king for traction on YouTube, what kind of legacy would I be leaving behind? Nothing. Because anyone can be a drama king or queen. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to create drama. It's quite simple to do so, right? I'm just curious to know, does it make sense what I'm talking about? Queen, Muttnuts, or anyone else that's here right now? It's no big deal. It's no big deal. When I say it's no big deal, I mean, I've, for the most part of my life, chosen to not make a big deal out of things. For a while out here on YouTube, I did make a big deal out of things because I didn't understand how it worked. But now I just don't make a big deal out of these things. I laugh at it. I totally laugh at it. And I got to tell you, I feel so much better within myself, despite the fact that, you know, there aren't a whole lot of people that are currently watching my streams, but I know the people that are watching are here for the right reason. And if I stay focused, and listen, folks, I'm just using myself as an example. Give me a second. Let me pass these people. All right. If you stay focused and keep doing the same thing over and over again, by staying focused, you're eventually going to continue to build that audience. And by summertime, I'll probably have 30 or 40 people that are Coach Eli faithfuls. By the end of the year, I'll probably have 100. By the end of the year, I'm hoping to be at 10 to 25K subs. I had a goal set, I believe, by the end of summer to be at 5 or 10K subs. I'm almost at 5. Maybe I'll be at 10 by the end of the summer and get my merch wall. And by the end of the year, maybe I'll be at 25K. But the only way I'm going to get there, and the only way you folks will ever get there, if you want to get there, let's say on YouTube, for example, is you got to stay focused on your purpose of being out here, and don't be distracted by outside interference known as drama. Not only on YouTube, off of YouTube as well. The challenging part about doing it out here is when you're a public figure and you're getting attacked by trolls and haters, and then they find your information and they can't get to you anymore. They try to get to your family. They call your family. They do all these crazy things, and then they know your family's going to question you on it and make your life difficult, right? That's what these people do. Like they fuck with your emotions, and they're trying to make it as difficult as possible for you to be successful out here. And that's probably going to happen to every single YouTuber that starts to grow. You have to learn to just ignore it, and if it happens to you and your family, you got to sit down and talk with them. You got to prepare them. And if it's already happened, you got to let them know what's going on and tell them that there's nothing wrong. These are just YouTube trolls. These are just people on YouTube starving for attention for their drama channels. That's all it is. Hey, Devil's Queen, how are you doing? Welcome to the show. Devil's Queen says, hey, girlies. So, Devil's Queen, before you showed up, I was talking about I'd like to start a new show on YouTube with a female co-host. And I'm putting it out there. I'm not mentioning any names. I want to see if anyone will be interested in doing it. But I want to do a new show called Life as We Know It on and off of YouTube. And I'd like to have a female co-host so that way we can have the male and female dynamic. I think it is very important to get the perspective from both men and women in today's modern world. And, if there's anyone out there that's gay or lesbian, I'd love to have you on the shows to give the perspective from your side of things. I'd like to get all walks of life on this show with the exception of the trolls and haters, because I've already had enough of them. Like, I want no more of that. I've had enough of those trolls and haters for a lifetime, so they're never welcome back. But any other walk of life, I am curious to hear your perspective on things. What are your thoughts about that, Devil's Queen? Like the show? Out with it. Eli, be blunt. I don't know what you're talking about. Why would you even ask that? Out with it, Eli, be blunt. What are you talking about, Devil's Queen? I'm always blunt and straightforward. Can you be a little more specific when you question me on something like that? I'm just wondering what you're saying. When have I not been blunt, Devil's Queen? Man. How you do today, Devil's Queen? What's going on? See, we are at 45 minutes, folks. We've got a good 30 minutes or so left on this walk. I'm trying to understand what you're asking for your show. I'm not asking for anything. I'm asking for a female co-host that understands life principles on and off of YouTube. It's pretty simple. I simplify things. And that brings a lot of great value because, you know, we can talk about anything and everything that involves people that are on and off of YouTube. When I say on YouTube, I'm talking about creators and I'm talking about consumers of content. When I say off of YouTube, I'm saying those same creators and consumers of content on YouTube, how their life differs on and off of YouTube, and are they the same person on and off of YouTube, or are they different on and off of YouTube? I had mentioned this before you popped on, but you weren't on earlier when I mentioned it, so hopefully it makes a lot of sense to you now. But the show would be called Life as We Know It on and off of YouTube. And it can be a show that's done on multiple channels. It can be done on mine, it can be done on the co-host channel, back and forth, however you folks want to do it. If you want me to run it on my channel every time, I could do it there, it doesn't matter. If you folks would want me to run it on my channel for the time being, and then down the road we do it on both channels, I'm open to whatever. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm always, you know, looking for good opportunities to work with other people that benefits both sides equally. And there are a lot of people on this trail today, number one, because it's Sunday, number two, because of COVID-19. I typically like to walk this trail late during the week because there aren't that many people here. But I wanted to get out here today and do a walking stream for you folks. I haven't done one in a while. I've been pretty much working out at my place or walking elsewhere off camera. The times lately that I haven't done a walking stream live on YouTube. The Devil's Queen. I was trying to get my life better outside of YouTube. Can you be more specific with that? When you say you were trying to get your life better off of YouTube, are you still there? Are you saying you were, you know, in the past and you've already figured it out? You see, folks, I love helping people, but unless you're a little more specific with what you're asking, you know, I can't help you and no one else can help you. You got to be a little more specific. And I know that we're online, and I know that, you know, we like to type fast on our phones and stuff like that, but seriously, folks, if you want my help, I'm happy to help you, but just be more specific with your questions. And I'll answer anything. I'll do whatever I can to help you out. So let me know, Jennifer, Devil's Queen. So yeah, once again, if you're just joining us, folks, tonight from the studio, in just over 2 hours from now, at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, I'm going to be doing part 2 of this stream. We're going to be talking about staying focused. And I'm going to be reading 2 blog articles and putting my spin on it, doing a reaction to the blogs. I'll be showing them live on the air. And then once I get through that, that's probably gonna take about an hour to go through that. The second hour, I'm gonna open up the show to anyone who wants to come on and discuss staying focused and share their stories of, you know, their struggles of trying to accomplish something and how hard it's been to stay focused to accomplish whatever they were trying to accomplish. Half the battle, folks, of accomplishing something is just being able to stay focused and not get distracted by anything in this world on and off of YouTube. The other half is just laziness, right? But even if you're not lazy, let's say you're not lazy like me, you still have to stay focused. So it takes two elements, in my opinion, two elements to be successful. You've got to not be lazy, and you can't get distracted. You have to stay focused. Stay focused on the prize. And when I say stay focused on the prize and not getting distracted on YouTube, don't let the trolls get to you. Don't let anyone else tell you that you suck. I mean, you can let them say it, but don't let it get to you. You should be open to constructive criticism. If people think you suck, that's fine. Okay, thanks, I suck, have a nice day. Well, you suck, but I want to be a part of your channel still. Well, why? So you can criticize me for your lulz? Well, you ban people for just stating their opinion. Well, if you say I suck, I don't want you here. That's my prerogative. I'm not a drama channel, so, you know, if you have nothing positive to say, I'm going to remove you. Only drama channels allow all walks of life in them. On my channel, I want nothing but positivity here. And if you're a negative Nelly, or negative Nancy, or whatever, and you break the rules, you're out. It's the bottom line. Smash the like button for Eli, says Queen Helen Casey, the Devil's Queen. A relationship aspects of outside YouTube and school working in my life. Queen says I blocked them. Yeah, me too, Queen. So let me get this straight, Devil's Queen Jennifer. You're a good woman. You're in your almost your mid-30s. And like any normal, decent woman, you want to find a good man to settle down with, maybe have a family with, get married, and live the good life, right? And because you, like other people, wow. I heard those dudes have pods in their ears. And I swear to God, I heard them coming from like 200 feet away. Like they had that music literally cranked to the max in their ears. They're gonna blow their eardrums out. Wow. Okay. So yeah, Jennifer, Devil's Queen, you want to find true love and happiness. That's perfectly normal, perfectly fine, but you realize, just like everyone else has, that in this modern world, it's not as easy as it used to be. I never said it was, I'm not saying it was ever easy, but it used to be easier. There are many more challenges nowadays in the modern world. And Jennifer, Devil's Queen, and Colin's Trivia, you were both on my stream last night. If you folks want to check out a very interesting and informative stream where I shared some great stories, check out my stream from late last night. And Jennifer, Devil's Queen, that stream late last night should answer a lot of questions. You know what? Give me a second here. I keep running into this cord, and I think it's because don't have it tucked in far enough. Give me a second. Jesus. All right, there we go. All right, now we're good. So yeah, check out that stream from last night. The world's a different place. It's much more difficult to meet people nowadays. And even if two people were meant to be together, people's attention spans are zero, are negative. Like almost every woman that I've encountered lately, like, you know, they'll engage initially and, oh yeah, let's talk tomorrow. I gotta get some sleep. Okay, text me tomorrow. They're like, well, why don't you text me? Well, you text me when you're free. I'm self-employed, I have more flexibility. You're working your day job, let me know when you're free. Okay, I'll text you tomorrow. They never text back. It happens more often than not. And it's not me, and it's not you. It's each individual, and I think to a certain extent we all behave that way nowadays because of the way the world is with the online world, you know, feminism, women working in the workforce, and, you know, now when you are a woman dating in the modern world, you know, on top of your relationship, you've got a job and your own responsibilities, where in the past, you know, you were dependent on a man for that. You didn't have to work, but you took care of the home, right? I just think it's become very difficult for women in the modern world, especially millennial women and beyond, to balance their work-personal life. Women are more being, you know, not only raised for the workforce when they go to college, high school and college, and even in grammar school. They're being indoctrinated into the feminist agenda. They're not calling it that, but that's what it is. They're calling it women's empowerment, which is great, I'm all for it, but it's a fancy way of politely saying that we're feminists, right? Women's empowerment equals feminism. Nothing wrong with women coming up in this world and having equal opportunities and equal rights. But this whole feminist agenda and women's empowerment, in my opinion, has been created to basically try to defeat the man and overpower the man. And there's nothing biologically sensible about that. Nothing. Like I said on my stream last night, part of the feminist agenda, or maybe the whole thing, is trying to artificially turn women into men and men into women. That's my opinion. Look, you have yours, I have mine. But look, Devil's Queen, look at how much more difficult it is for you to find someone nowadays. 20 years ago, you would have been knocked up with 3 kids and happily married with no problems. But in the modern world, it doesn't work that way. Well, let me ask you, the Devil's Queen, Queen Helen Casey, Mutton Nuts Reviews, or anyone else that's here. Do you ladies understand, and does it make sense what I'm saying? I understand it may not be what you want to hear. It may not be what anyone wants to hear. But does it make sense? Does it make logical sense? And I understand I'm asking 3 ladies this question that are more emotional thinkers out of the gate and reason with logic afterwards, but I respect you ladies, and you ladies are very strong, and I feel you can give me a good opinion regarding this. What are your thoughts about that? It's an absolute gorgeous day out here. Absolute gorgeous day. Yes, it makes sense, says Mutton Nuts Reviews. Yeah, I really want to make it clear to all the women out there. I don't hate women. I love women. I love the company of a woman. I love making out with a woman. I love cooking dinner for a woman. I like it when she cooks for me too. I like snuggling up next to a woman. I love taking hikes with a woman. I enjoy the company of a woman. What's wrong with that? But in the modern world, it's become more of a chore to be with a woman than for it to be natural, which is the way it should be. Wow, there are a lot of beautiful women on this trail. That woman was probably like in her 40s or almost 50, and she was looking good. Damn. Whew. Wow. It's all good. Another thing I want to talk about during the last part of this stream, about staying focused. Because tonight I'm going to more so focus on those blogs and then bring people on. I've seen people out here on YouTube lose their focus, lose their eye on the prize of what they want in their life, personally and professionally. And I keep seeing this more and more lately in some of the communities I used to be involved with, and may still be in some cases. Like, there are literally men and women that are doing long distance cyber sexing over Google Hangouts or other communication methods such as Skype or whatever, right? And the funny thing is, and hang on, there are a lot of people coming. This is the shorter side of the trail. So I got to see where people are going and go the opposite way. All right. Take a look at this seal here. Give me a second, folks. Got some people coming. It's pretty windy. Again, I'm thankful for this windscreen, or you folks would not be able to hear a thing I'm saying. But anyway, I've seen women and men that I know, women and men that I've had on my live stream panels before, and hearing from behind the scenes and from them that they are cyber sexing with people on YouTube. And then they're complaining that the other side recorded them doing it. Well, I have to ask you ladies, because I'm more disappointed with the ladies that are feeding into this in the first place. And then they're complaining that, oh, the guy recorded me. Well, why did you do it with him in the first place? Are you that pathetic and lonely and miserable that you can't get some real loving in real life to the point of where you have to, have cyber sex with somebody over Google Hangouts that you met from YouTube? Seriously. It's one thing for you to get forced into it and do something beyond your will. But these women are not innocent, folks. I'm all for standing up for women that have been victimized, but these women were not victimized. These women are lonely, insecure, miserable women that have many insecurities. In many cases, some are missing teeth, some have gained a lot of weight, and because of one of their many insecurities, they don't feel confident enough to get a man in real life, so they got to do the next best thing to have their needs, their sexual urges and needs met by cybersexing with dudes clear across in a different country on the internet. And then this dude records them, and then they're ticked off that he recorded them. Well, why did you do it with him in the first place? It's pathetic. If you're gonna do it, it's very windy here, folks. I hope, can you folks hear me okay? It's very windy. Can you hear me okay? The wind is really howling. Like, I can hear it howling in my ear at this point. So can you folks let me know how the sound is before I keep talking? I hear you good. All right, that's good to hear. The women that behave in that way, in my opinion, are radical feminists. They want to go and do stupid things, and then when they get recorded and caught, they want to cry victim. It doesn't work that way, ladies. The truth of the matter is these women have needs and urges that are normal and natural. And because they lack the security due to one of many flaws they see within themselves, and they can't get a real man in real life, they got to do it over the internet with somebody. And like I said a second ago, when they get recorded, and then that dude in a different country tries to, hold that against them to control them, then they start complaining. Well, why would you put yourself in that position in the first place? Why would you do something like that in the first place? And if you're going to do something like that, why do something like that with somebody on YouTube that's a part of a mutual group where they can go to the rest of the group and make you look like a fool? Why don't you ladies think about that in advance? Because you care more about your immediate sexual needs met than the repercussions of what's going to happen due to your actions. That's the problem I have. That's the problem I have with just anybody, male or female, but more so women are the ones that cry victim to this. Oh, I've been victimized. Listen, if you've been victimized, I'll know it and I'll have your back. There are women out there that have been victimized. The women that willingly engage in cyber sex have not been victimized at all. They were willing participants. And I don't feel sorry for them one bit. And if they got recorded by somebody because they were doing that willingly, then that's on them. And you know what? If you want to try to battle something legally clear across the country with some dude like thousands of miles away, then go for it. Good luck to you. You're wasting your time spinning your wheels. Just stop misbehaving on YouTube. Stop doing things that you don't want the whole YouTube community to know, and you'll be fine. Fix your insecurities. If you're a little overweight and it makes you insecure, and you want to be more healthy, lose the weight. Then go find a man in real life. If your teeth are fucked up, then go to a dentist and fix them. But don't sit here and try to play the role of the victim when you were a willing participant. And you did it because your sexual urges and needs aren't being met in the real world because you're so insecure to attract a man in the real world to do that with. You know why people don't like me sometimes? Because I speak of the truth. You're good, Eli, says Devil's Queen. Too many crybabies, says Queen. Queen, these people are pathetic. Queen, they're absolutely pathetic. Look, I'm not saying I'm a saint. And none of us here are saying that we're saints. And we're also not saying that we've never done anything like that or never would. It's just that we would be a lot more careful about it and not do it with people on YouTube, because the people on YouTube that we do it with are going to create content out of it. See, what part of that don't you folks understand? When you do things with people out here on YouTube, even when they say, I'm not recording you, I won't tell anyone, you gotta assume 100% of the time out here, and I'm gonna do a video on this, you gotta assume 100% of the time out here on YouTube, when you're talking to anyone from YouTube, you have to assume 100% of the time that more than likely content will be made off of it, and anything you mention in private will be exposed. I've learned that the hard way. So I've just chosen to go the route of, I'm not gonna say anything I don't want the whole world to know. And that's how I typically live my life anyway. So when people try to talk with me behind the scenes, trying to find the insider information, there's none. Because I don't say anything behind the scenes that I wouldn't go public on. It's just the way I am. There is no insider information with me. I am who I am. Now, folks, we've been on for an hour and 11 minutes. We're going to wrap it up in about 9 minutes or so. So if you have any other questions, comments, or concerns, please get your questions, comments, or concerns stated now, because I'll be going off the air soon. Jennifer Devil's Queen, you're in my time zone. Is it almost 5 o'clock? Like, what is it, about 4:50 or something like that? 4:55 Pacific time? $5.58. It's not 5:58. 4:58, you mean? There's no way it's 5:58. You wrote that wrong. Yeah. I started this stream around 3:40 or something Pacific. I have not been walking for over 2 hours. I've been walking for an hour and 12 minutes. Thanks, Jennifer. You scared me there for a second. It's 7:58 Eastern, that's right. So in 2 hours from now, I'm going to be doing a show from the studio to continue discussing this. We've got 19 in the box right now. Thank you so much for being here. Isn't that a cool seal there? I really love this area. Like, I gotta give you the perspective of the backside here. Take a look at this. Take a look at this. This is what I see when I walk out. Like, look, you gotta take a look at the perspective and why it costs so much to live out here. Go over this way. There's some people coming. I want to show you some more. I've shown this part before. But let me show you the other side here. This is when I walk into the other side of the trail. I'm giving you a wide angle perspective here. This is what you see. Some palm trees back there. Palm trees right there. Give me a my phone is on my foot. I'm here seated. What? It's going on 8 p.m. my time. Give me a break. Your phone's on your foot. I'm not talking smack about you, Devil's Queen. It's all good. Take a look at the water here. Take a look at that. I wonder if you can hear the water. And this is what I see as I walk out. You see that gate right there? This is what I see. Now we got some people walking in. Let me get out of here before these people walk on in. All right, folks, I'm gonna be wrapping this up in about 5 minutes. We've been on for an hour and 15 minutes here. I can and the bird, says the devil's queen. So yeah, to the women out there that are having phone relationships with men on the internet, specifically the ones that I've heard of out here on YouTube, and there are many of them. The bottom line is, any man and woman that's engaging in that type of activity and makes it publicly knowledgeable, like it's been made through many of our communities, it's pathetic in my opinion, and it's a huge insecurity. It's just really pathetic. It's something that you folks should keep private. And to the women that are doing this thinking the men are going to keep it private, no. The moment you slight the man over is the moment he creates content off of you on his YouTube channel. You should understand that by now. That's how it works out here on YouTube. When you slight somebody over, there's going to be content made on you. That's just how it works. That's how it works, right? No, I'm not the kind of person that does that. Because typically, being spiteful and vindictive is a feminine quality. But a lot of these male content creators out here that are having cyber sex with some of the female content creators or consumers of content are feminized men. So they are also spiteful and vindictive. So if you screw them over and you've had cyber sex with them, guess what's going to happen? It's going to be publicly made aware of. So if you don't want people to know any of your business, just don't do business with them that you don't want them to talk about. Don't do or say anything you don't want anyone to use against you on YouTube, and they won't use it. What part of that don't you folks understand? I had to learn that one the hard way myself. But I really had nothing to hide in the first place, to be honest with you. That's another show I'll do at some point. Don't do or say anything you don't want the whole world to know. What part of that don't you understand, and what part of that doesn't make sense? Got 2 minutes left, folks, and I'm wrapping this up in 2 minutes. As a matter of fact, what I will do is I will walk right along the marina here for a second. I haven't shown this part in a while. I'll show you folks that are new to my channel here, the boats out here. Like, you think what I've shown you is beautiful? Like, this is the life. This is one hell of a lifestyle out here, marina parking only. So let's come over here. It's phenomenal, right? You got this fence here, and there you go. You see that? It's phenomenal, huh? All these homes have palm trees. Like, it's just, the environment is beautiful. It is better to live out here than Florida, I'll tell you that. Florida's not bad. Florida's not bad. But California and the Bay Area, there's no place like it. put everything in the journal, period. It says queen, the devil's queen, and that's why I'm so vague. Queen says beautiful. Thank you, Queen. Yeah, just don't say anything you don't want the whole world to see or hear. Don't say or do anything you don't want the whole world. I can't even talk. Don't say or do anything you don't want the whole world to hear or see. There you go. Got my words tongue-tied. I'm just enjoying the beautiful scenery here. It's phenomenal. It's just great. Look at that. We're going to do a overhead view of these palm trees here. Just give you a beautiful shot. It's freaking amazing, right? Oh, this boat's for sale here. Just letting you folks hear the natural sounds just for a little bit here before we go off the air. Just freaking amazing. Just taking a moment of silence here, folks. Just freaking unbelievable. If we look over here, let's just go over here a little bit for a second. This is a dog, I think it's a dog park. It is a dog park. This is, wow. I never even noticed this here. All right. Oh, this place is owned by the Irvine Company. Oh, the Irvine Company owns a complex I used to live at in the past. Now look at this. Is this even open? I have it chained. You know why? Because of the freaking coronavirus. But look at this. I believe that is AstroTurf. That is synthetic grass right there. It's too perfect for it to be real grass. This is a nice, cute little dog park built into this complex out here in the marina. We're sorry we missed you. Amenity closure. Temporary closed. This common area amenity is closed until further notice to ensure the health and well-being of our residents and associates. Why don't you just say it's closed because of COVID-19? You're trying to be so vague about it. But you say to protect the health of our residents. The truth of the matter is it's closed due to the COVID-19 coronavirus pandemic. It's a little overly too professional for me, even though I live out here in prissy Redwood City. Prissy, right? Temporarily closed to protect the health of our residents and our employees. It's a dog park. But that's true. That's a small dog park and people will be close to each other. I get it. All right, folks, I'm going to wrap things up. I want to thank you all for being here today. Thank you to all the moderators in the chat. Thank you to the consumers of content. We've got 17 in the box right now. And again, tonight, in just under 2 hours at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. I'm going to be on the air for 2 to 3 hours, depending on how many people come on. And we're going to continue this topic of staying focused. And I'm going to be reading 2 blog articles, one from Psychology Today and another from another source I can't remember at this time. Both very, very well written articles, and I'll be dissecting them during the first hour of the show. Second hour, I'm willing to bring people on. So if any of the moderators want to come on, go ahead. If any of the moderators want to come on and share their feedback, or if anyone else wants to come on, please. Join us. Eli, are you near where the seals sleep on? No. That's called Seal Point Park. That's in San Mateo, but I am close by there. I'm not sure if Seal Point Park is open or closed. We get some seals down here every now and then, but they more so hang out in San Mateo, in that part of the San Francisco Bay. San Mateo is like 2 cities north of here, 3 cities north of here. It's where YouTube was started like 16 years ago before Google bought it and moved it to San Bruno, which is like 22 minutes north of here. A little bit north of San Mateo, northwest of San Mateo. But yeah, if you want me to do a stream, I'll try to get down to Seal Point Park tomorrow and see if it's even open. I'd hate to drive out there and it be closed, but I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, folks, I'll see you folks in just a little bit for part 2 of staying focused. I loved that place as a kid. What place did you love as a kid? Are you talking about SeaWorld, like San Diego? Or have you been in the Bay Area and you went to Seal Point Park? Seal Point Park, the SF Bay Trail runs right along through it, and it goes from Seal Point Park to Coyote Point, which is in Burlingame, a city north of San Mateo. We have seals that come ashore about an hour from me in Ocean City, Maryland. What place did you love? Devil's Queen. Then I'm out of here. Let me know. Time for me to go. Been on for an hour and 28 minutes. Where the seals sleep on the dock in SF. Yes, no, the seals do at San Francisco. You're talking about China Basin. You're talking about the Embarcadero and China Basin where the San Francisco Giants play. Okay, that's right by the Embarcadero is what you're talking about. Yes, there are tons of seals there, but there are also seals in San Mateo a lot closer. Getting into San Francisco is a pain in the ass. There's a lot of traffic, and I only go there when I absolutely have to, but I've been there many times in the past, don't get me wrong, and I've been to many Giants games as well. But you're talking about China Basin, and you're talking about the Embarcadero. Pier 39 is what you're talking about, the tourist trap, right? Tell me you're talking about Pier 39 in that area, and the Embarcadero, China Basin, that whole thing. But you're talking about Fisherman's Wharf and Pier 39. And then I'm off the air. I visited SF as a child. Yeah, you're talking about Pier 39 and the Embarcadero, pretty much. Right, Devil's Queen? The tourist attraction, that's Pier 39. And the Embarcadero, Fisherman's Wharf and Pier 39 on the Embarcadero. All right, see you folks in a bit. Mods, be ready. I'd love to have you on the show later tonight from the studio. Bye-bye, we're out.